Hi everybody, this is Ellen. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make the large retro prop flower. I think it's beautiful. So I showed this in my tutorial for my retro pop flower, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make it or not because I mean it's obviously bigger, so it takes more bands, takes more time. Because it is on only the hook, it kind of deters people from doing it, so I wasn't sure if anybody would actually want to do it, but I got quite a few requests, so of course I put one together. So there, I want to say that because this is a hook-only design, some people will have trouble with it right away and they will get frustrated and they won't want to do it. It's basically like crochet, and I know for me when I first taught myself how to crochet, it was really hard for me to figure it out. It seemed like it should be so easy. The person, either I was watching a tutorial or looking in books or, you know, all the different things seemed so easy that how they were doing it. I couldn't figure out why it took me so long to figure it out. And eventually it was just one day I was like, I can do this. And I was good at it. And I could do any stitch I wanted, and I understood patterns, and it just took a lot of practice and a lot of time to get it right. And I think that crocheting with bands is the same concept, where you might not get it right away, but if you work at it, try a few times, rework your stitches a few times, it will kick in and you will be able to make pretty much anything on the hook you want to. So definitely don't give up the first time. I'll try to go as slow as possible so that you can understand what I'm doing, because that's the biggest thing, I hope, that will make it easier for you. We will talk bands. The large flower is right around 450 bands to make. It is a lot of bands, but there's different areas of higher band usage, so you can that'll help you use different bands up and things like that. So the center on this one, it's the purple, is 26 bands. Then there's this little stripe of blue in here, that's 13 bands. The little outer edge, which you can see better on this one, which is yellow, that was 36 bands. And then in the petals, the inside color, which is purple on this one, it was 186 bands, and then the outside edge is 186 bands as well. I will say that I'm pretty sure my band counts are correct, but if they are incorrect, it wouldn't be by very much, 2 or 3 bands. So hopefully they're pretty darn close, because I've counted several times to make sure. So first thing I think you should do is count out your center bands, which is the 26 for the middle purple here, and have those ready. I say to count those out separately because that's kind of the core of the flower, so that if you have those correct, you should have the rest of them correct as well. So I've already counted mine out. So, I will say too, I've seen some people who are crocheting with bands, they load some bands up on their fingers and then they kind of go that way. I don't really think it's totally necessary. It's nice when you're taking them off, but if you have to stop and put them on your fingers and make sure they're not twisted, I think it takes longer to do that than to actually just pick them up and pull them through. But I've seen it, so you can give it a try. Maybe it'll make things a little bit easier for you. So, we're going to start by taking one band and wrapping it around your hook one time into a figure 8. Then we're going to pull up 2 bands through that center here. So there's 1 and then 2. So we have a little single chain. We're going to go back into our center, grab another band, pull it up, then take another band and pull it through everything on your hook. And go back through the center, pull up 1 band, and then another band through everything. Back in the center, pull up a band, then a band through everything. Back in the center, pull up a band, and another band through everything. we're basically doing a single crochet. So pull up a band, and a band through everything. Back in the center, pull up a band, and a band through everything. And keep repeating this until you've run out of your 26 bands. And if you didn't count beforehand, I'll count the stitches with you after we're done here. So just keep going back in the center, pulling up a band, and then taking another band through everything. Alright, so when you get to where you have one band left, that means that you should be done with the number of stitches that we need, because the last one is going to be used to do a slip knot to tie this off. So how you can count your stitches is there's one right here at the beginning. It's always a little goofy just because of how it starts out, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the 12th one's on your hook. So just count around the little teardrop shapes that are connected and to make sure that you have 11 that you can see, and then the 12th is on your hook, because when we go and you're going to connect into that funny first stitch, grab your last band and pull it through everything on your hook, and then make a slip knot. So now that 12th one that was on your hook, it's actually a stitch now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So it's pretty key that you have the starting point right, because that's where the rest of the flower grows out from. So next I'm going to use some orange. The next part is the kind of chaining around for the petal, kind of a little bit extra to give it a little extra color. I think it's pretty. And this time around, last time I I hooked in the tails. I'm actually going to go back at the end, and I'm just going to tie them into knots and cut off the extra, just because I think it looks a little nicer in the finished product. So I'm just going to leave my tails out, but you can fold them over and then stick your hook through them and kind of pull them along the back side to hide those. What we're going to do is I'm going to start just to the left of the knot in the first crochet stitch, pull a band through, I'm going to pull up one more, and one more yet. Then we're going to go into the next stitch, take another band, and pull it through everything on your hook, and both ends back on. So it should look like that. So then we're going to go into our next we're going to chain 2 with a broken band. That won't work very well. 1 and 2. Then we're going to go into the next stitch over, take another band, and pull it through everything on our hook. Like that. We're going to keep repeating this until we're all the way around. So we're going to chain 2, go in through the next stitch, pull a band through everything on your hook, and then chain 2, go in through the next stitch, band through everything, chain 2, into the next stitch, band through everything, and then chain 2, into the next stitch, band through everything, chain 2, into the next stitch, band through everything. And I'm just going to keep repeating that for the rest few stitches here until we get to the closing. We put it in a different spot. So do the chain 2 and then band through everything. Okay, so I'm at the point where I've gone through every stitch I can, and I just have that band that I pulled through everything. You're still going to chain 2, like that, and then what you're going to do is find the, like if you look at these stitches, find one that's not twisted, you have the chain coming up through everything, and then there's 2 chains, and then the next one kind of overlaps into it. We're going to take our hook and connect into that first chain up. I'm going to take one more band and pull it through everything on the hook, and I'm going to make a slip knot. So that's what you should have now. It looks like kind of a mess, but if you kind of pull this out, you realize that now we have loops all the way around the center, which is what we're going to crochet out of next. So you'll want your next color, which will be the inside petal color. And I'm just going to start, where's my knot from before? I'm going to go into the next loop over that we just created right here. So stick my hook through here. And we're going to chain up 3. I just chain through 3 through the first loop. What I'm going to do is find the next loop over, go in through the center of it, chain up 3, and then take a 4th band through everything on my hook. So it looks like that. Now we're going to go back into the same loop area that we were working on before and chain up 3 more. So 1, 2, and 3. and then a fourth band through everything, and then go back in to our loop, pull up 3 more. All butterfingers tonight. So I chained up 3 more, and I'll take a fourth band through everything on the hook. So now you have this. And we'll do one more time. Go back in through, chain up 3, and then a fourth one through everything. So far we have the 3 chain that came out of the first loop, and then out of the second loop we have 4 3 chains, and then we're going to go into the next loop over after we chain 2. So 1 and 2. I'm going to go into the next stitch over, grab a band, pull it through everything on your hook, so it looks like this, and then chain up 2 more, 1, 2, find the next stitch over, or the next looped area over, then we're going to pull up those 4 triple chains. So pull up 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth band goes through everything. Go back into the same spot, pull up 3 more bands, 1, 2, and 3, and then the fourth band goes through everything. Same spot again, one, 2, and 3, and then a fourth band through everything. So 1 more to go in the same spot. Pull up 3 bands, and then a fourth band through everything. Then we're going to chain 2. So 1 and 2. And then find the next loop and then do the same thing again, pulling up the 3 bands, fourth one through everything, 4 times into this loop. So that's 4 of the triple chains, and then chain 2. Then into the next stitch, pull a band through everything. I probably won't talk through these next couple petals here, because I think you'll probably have the pattern by now. on what we're doing here, so just remember that chain 2. Alright, so I did the chain 3 4 times. I'm going to do the 2 chains. And then we're going to connect into this next loop over that already has the 3 chains up. And if you can get through this stitch that actually is wrapped around, so if you take your hook, kind of wrap it in through the front, bring it down to the bottom. So we're actually going to connect into that other stitch. Pull it through everything on your hook. So now they kind of give the illusion that they're connected. Just it's not perfect, but that's what you do, I guess. So there's our center with the petals around. So now all we have left to do is the outside. I'm going to do it in white. So starting by where we ended, we're going to go in through the same spot where we just kind of went through to tie, and we're going to pull up a band, put it on our hook, and we're going to go in through this little loop here, like we're going to be crocheting around this chain 3 right here, and then into the tops of these chain 3s, and then around this again over here. So once you pull up that band through that loop that we made from before, take your hook and wrap it around that triple chain, pull a band through, put it on your hook. I really twisted that one. Like that, and then pull another band through everything. Like that. Then again, wrap around your chain, pull up a band, then a band through everything. Again, band through, and then a band through everything. Then we need to find the 4 stitches here on the top. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to go through those. Go through the first one. Pull a band through. And then a band through everything. Next stitch over. Band through. And then a band through everything. Next stitch over, band through, and then a band through everything. Next one over, band through, and a band through everything. So now you can kind of see we have the 3 chain coming down, and kind of looks like it's connected over here. This is where we stop with through the stitches. So now we're going to go around that 3 chain on the other side, pull a band up, and a band through everything, go around it again, band up, band through everything, around one more time, band through everything. Then we are going to go in through the loop again where the 2 petals meet. Go in through there, take a band, pull it through everything on your hook, and put both ends back on. So that's 1 petal completed around the outside. So again, go around the chain, pull a band up, band through everything, go around the chain again, and pull a band through everything, and one more time. Then again, we'll be working in the top 4 stitches here. So go in through the first one, pull up a band, band through everything. Next one, band through everything. Next one, band through everything, and one more, So that's in the top of the chains, and then we'll go around the single chain on the other side. Pull up a band, and a band through everything. Go around again. Band through everything. And one more time around. Band through everything. Then we're going to go back into the loop here where the petals meet. Pull a band through everything on your hook. So that's the second petal. We're just going to keep repeating that same pattern all the way around. So around that single chain, pull up a band, and a band through everything. You do that 3 times on the chain. Then we'll go into the top 4 stitches. Then we're going around the chain 3 times, same thing, pull up a band and then pull a band through everything. So it's 3, and then find that loop between your petals, go in through there, pull a band through everything on your hook. So 3 petals. So I'll probably finish these last 3 up so we can see what it looks like when we're done here. But around the chain 3 times, in the top of the petal, the 4 stitches, then around the chain on the other side 3 times, and then into the loop between the petals and pull a band through everything. We just keep repeating that until we get to the beginning, and then I'll show you how to do the center. Okay, so I'm working on my third stitch on the post here on the side. So now I've got the 3 around the chain. So what we're going to do is you're going to do the same thing as before and just kind of catch part of that stitch from the beginning. You're going to pull a band through everything and do a slip knot there. I don't know what you want to be in the front. So there we have that. So now we want to kind of add in the little extra touch in the center. I'm just going to flip it over so that the back side where my knots are pulled through is on top. I guess you can do that too. So now what we do is we're just going to slip stitch into around our first single crochets in that center. So where that is you see you have a teardrop shape right here, and then there's the bands that come underneath that. That's what you want to get your hook under right there. And it's the same all the way around, so that's what we're working through. So just find that spot, put your hook through it, and then whatever band color that you're going to make that center, you're going to take a band, pull it through, put both ends on your hook, then go underneath the next stitch over. So right there is my next one. Take a band and pull it through everything on your hook. Then find the next stitch over, go under it, take a band, pull it through everything on your hook. And just keep doing that all the way around until you get to the beginning. There should be 12 stitches to go around. And two more. So when you get to here, what you're going to want to do is hook through your first stitch, grab another band, and just make a slip knot. It's not perfect, but it looks pretty good from on the front side where you want it. So then just kind of spread it out around. If you have any spots that seem like they're poking up more than the other, then just kind of push them down, pull them up, whatever you need to do to get them so it's kind of a nicer circle there. And then I'm just going to take these, pull them tight, or I'm actually going to, well, I was going to cut them, but apparently someone's run off with my scissors, so one second. So like that, I'm just going to pull one end through a stitch, tie a few knots, and then I'll cut those off when I find my scissors. I think my 13-year-old ran off with them earlier. So that is the large retro pop flower. I hope that was easy for you to follow. It's hard to go at a pace that's good for everybody, so don't forget to pause where you need to so that you can complete the flower too. So, and of course the regular retro pop again. Don't want to confuse you with all the different flowers. I'm still working on a lot more of hook-only projects. I made a bracelet that's only on a hook, and I'll probably put that out before too long. It's kind of time-consuming, but it's something you can work on and then put aside, so that's a bonus. And no loom, so you don't have to take up your loom. But I want to thank you for watching. I definitely appreciate it. And if you want to show me your flowers, I have my Instagram, which is at Crafting Fantastic. I have my Facebook page, which usually, I believe, feelinspiffy or at Crafting Fantastic will find it. And then, of course, subscribing to my channel on YouTube will show you when I have new items coming out. And I will have more tutorials for you soon. Thank you very much for watching.